Well, hey, Ben, it's Jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel. Now, let's get into growing up hip hop, honey. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start this episode off with Angela and JoJo. So Angela and JoJo have linked up in Miami. He talking to Angela about the fact that she moved to Miami, wondering if it has anything to do with her man. She's trying to say that it doesn't have nothing to do with her man as to why she came out there. She wanted to change the scenery, but he happens to be out there, so she's happy about it. Okay, now JoJo speaks on wanting to do an anniversary party for his wife. They've been together for a year. They have suffered a miscarriage recently, so he wants to do something to celebrate and to give her, put her in better spirits. He says that he wants Uncle Luke's daughter to do the event planning. She does a lot of event planning. I'm like, okay, this is a cute way to get her into the show. I was wondering how they were going to do that, whether they was going to try and make it seem like she was connected to somebody or what was going to happen. So anywho, we're going to see her at the end of the episode, and she's a very pretty lady in my opinion, so I was happy to see that. I'm like, okay, we see y'all. So Angela wants to kind of help out with the whole planning of the anniversary and stuff, but JoJo ain't really featuring it. He wants Uncle Luke's daughter to do it. And I'm sorry, I can't even think of the girl name at this time, but he wants her to do it. So we move on, right? We go ahead and move on to Sam and Egypt. They in the studio. Y'all, Egypt was up there singing, and I had an issue with it. I'm like, girl, you really don't even have to go down the path of your mama. You really don't. Like, hearing her sing, I was cringing. I don't really care to hear her sing, to be honest. I'm just like, girl, this is terrible. And then you got Sam over here helping you. They're trying to put an album together for her, and it's gonna be called Growing Up something. What he said? Oh, Good Girl Gone Grown or something like that. I'm like, okay, Sam, whatever. Who came? Savannah came to the studio just to check them out, see what's going on. Egypt plays music for her that has her dad on it and has her on it. She's talking about her rap name is Peppa. A mix of Trapper, Tretch, and Peppa. And I'm just like, Egypt, you really could just enter it with Egypt. What's wrong with the name that you have, girl? Okay, now I will say, hearing her little rap sounds like, girl, you're probably better in the rap lane than you are in the singing lane. Can you stay over there on that side of the fence for us, please? Please, ma'am, okay? Now, Sam decides that he gonna hit Boogie up because Boogie is feeling Savannah, and I am feeling the fact that Boogie is feeling Savannah. I kind of like that because I feel like when Boogie has been on the show, we haven't really seen Boogie with like no black girls for real. Okay, I've seen them be pretty light or white, so that's what I saw. So I was like into the fact that he was digging Savannah because she's a very pretty girl. Okay, and when they were sitting up there next to each other, I was like, okay, I can see y'all doing a little something up here. I can see the two of y'all. Okay, I like this. And Boogie actually invites her out for a date. So Boogie ended up, showing up. He invited her to go out on a date. Sam says, yeah, we all four of us could go out. It could be like a double date situation. And then Sam says, oh, y'all two are dating. Savannah said, wait a minute, baby. Okay, wait a minute. We're not dating. We just going on a date. There is a difference, and let us not ever get it twisted around here. Okay. And another thing Savannah said was, honey, he going to have some coins if he going to be sitting up here trying to get on this ride. And I'm like, okay, girl, you about to mess it up before it gets started, huh? That's what it sounds like. She's all about the money, honey. I'm like, okay, then, Savannah, I was feeling it, but I feel like you're going to mess it up. So it got things a bit shaky for me, okay? Now, let me go ahead and go to the next thing. So what else happened? We get to see TT and Tyran. So TT is up there with her boo, her good Caucasian boo. They're having a great time on the rooftop. COVID is still around. So they want to be in a space where they all can breathe and also social distance at the same time. Now, Tyran wants to see the baby. But TT is a bit iffy about it. She really don't want nobody seeing her baby. I can't really fault her for real because of the virus and everything. But her man ends up getting the baby anyway, so Tyran can see the baby. And, I don't remember seeing Tyran actually holding her baby, but it was what it was. So while they're out there, Tyran decides to ask TT to come out and check out his school. He's been trying to do this martial arts school or whatnot, and he's finally getting things up and off the ground. He wants her to come and check it out, and she's down for it. But what she don't know is that he's going to use this as an opportunity so that he can try and bring everybody back together like his family. Okay, so what we did see, and I'll go ahead and skip to that because that indeed happened when TT came out to the event. She came out not to the event, but when she came out to check out the location, he ended up having his mom pop up and she was there. So Peppa showed up, and TT at that point already knew, like, yo, you done set me up. I wasn't trying to be around this lady. I really don't want to be around a whole bunch of people, so you definitely set me up. Peppa comes in, tells her niece, hey, wanting to know more about what is her connection to the baby. She's like, if I'm your niece and he's my son, like, what's my connection? And I feel she tried to play it up as though she's trying to see, am I auntie or am I cousin or what am I? And I'm like, why are you acting like you don't know the family tree? Why are you acting like you don't know what your position is? You know, but I think she really was trying to test the waters for real to see, like, girl, where do you have me? Like, are we good? Are we not good? Can I see the baby, honey? Can I not see the baby? Tyran gonna say, before you get your title, honey, you gonna have to see you gotta see the baby before you can get your title. I said, Tyran, you so fake, honey. You're so fake. So TT told her, well, I call Tyran, or I have him call Tyran, you know, uncle. That's how he's referred to. I'm like, girl, Tyran is your whole cousin, but you got him being called uncle, girl. I just do what you want to do out here in these streets. And then Peppa said, well, girl, what's my name, honey? Tell me, what is my name? And she said, oh, well, your name is the lady that he has yet to see. Okay, now Peppa felt the way about that. I would have felt the way about that as well. However, y'all are on odd terms right now, so it's kind of hard to decipher what's what. Like, yeah, you are still going to be his blood. You're going to be his auntie by blood, but he don't know you yet. He's just a baby girl, and I'm still in my feelings about you anyway, so you could just head out for real. So that's where they're at. They're still trying to assess everything and figure out what's the direction, but her sister going to come in and she going to kind of like shake up the tree, but I'll get into that. But let's go ahead and talk about Twist and Brianna. So Twist and Brianna decided to link up at the park, and they up there eating on some pickles and some Kool-Aid, and I was like, ooh, that made me want to go get me some pickles and Kool-Aid. Okay, that sounds so good. Okay, but she's up there having a good time chit-chatting with him. She hasn't seen him in a minute, so she's really been missing her friend. He brings up the fact that, you know, Peppa wanted to meet up with him about Sam, and he not feeling Sam, and him parading all around on social media in his thongs and stuff, looking and seeking for attention. He's not featuring it. Brianna's like, well, I'm not really thinking about that. You know how I'm rolling with them. I don't with them like that, but who I am mad at and who I'm about to add over there to that same I don't with you list is Boogie. She's still mad at the fact that Boogie sat down at a nail shop and listened and entertained conversations that were being said about her in a negative way and did not speak up on her behalf or tell them, yo, don't talk about her when I'm around. You know, he didn't have her back in any way, so she's pissed off about that. So now we're seeing what the issue is going to be between Boogie and Brianna, and it's very interesting because what am I seeing? I'm seeing Boogie and Brianna get even more closer with each other. I'm sorry, not Boogie and Brianna, but Boogie, Sam, and Egypt. They're getting even more closer. I'm seeing him hang out with them more. So, you know, it's kind of raising an eyebrow or whatever. But that's their situation, girl. That's what they got going on, honey. And let's move on, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to Stevie J. So he and his son linked up earlier that day so they could play ball. And of course, Savannah comes up in conversation because they're trying to figure out where's she getting this money from? What's going on? She got a $6,000 apartment. Okay, she got Gucci this, Gucci that. Give me everything. Give me everything. Give me everything. She got all kind of coins and clothes and everything going on. Dior. She got all kind of stuff. And they're like, girl, where are you getting this money from? Last time we checked, you're not in school. You're not working. Where are you getting this money? How are you getting it? And she's not really open and willing to tell them. She's like, don't worry about that. It's not coming out your pocket. Don't worry about it. Daddy was like, I'm not seeing the cash. She goes to the room, comes back and pulls out a lot of cash. And Stevie leaned in like, where you getting this money? I was like, Stevie, you must not got no money. That you leaning in like, where you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because he like, you know, he knows his daughter ain't out here really getting it, at least so he thinks, to even have that much money. But it kind of made me think Stevie hasn't seen that type of money in a minute himself. That's why he leaned in so closely. It looked like he wanted to say, give me $200. That's what I got from the situation. But she got tired of them asking questions and stuff, so she decided to go ahead and put them out. But I am interested in knowing, Savannah girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? And, you know, it could be coming from a person. Maybe somebody's giving her some money, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go through all of this only to find out at the end of the season that she really was out here doing some legit stuff. It wasn't anything illegal. And she was getting it honest. And she probably came up on some real estate stuff and they didn't know anything about it. So we'll just see. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, how all of that and that story plays out. Let's go ahead and move over to Angela and Daniel. So Angela, you know, she's been talking to everybody. Her her sister, her brother, and everybody. You know, Daniel's about to have a fight in Miami or whatever, and she's going to be attending. It's his first fight, or at least it's her first fight that she'll be attending, and all this and that. And then she got hit with this FaceTime where Daniel told her, "That's cute. I'm glad you want to hang out, but girl, you're not gonna be able to come here. No, ma'am, you're not gonna be able to come over here because listen, somebody in my camp that tested positive. So with that, we gotta go ahead and just, you know, I'm gonna have to be put in a bubble. So it wouldn't be in your best interest to come down, okay? So now she gotta go back and take that info back to her family and let them know, like, yo, y'all can't come. I can't even go, okay? Due to this whole pandemic and this virus and stuff that's going around. So she won't be able to attend, and she's a bit salty about that. And when she sees her what's her name? I don't know if her name is Catherine, Christina, I don't know. I feel like it's something with the K. Katrina. I think that's it. I think it's Katrina. So Katrina, when she's talking to Katrina about the situation about not being able to attend and stuff, and she's kind of feeling a way about it, you know, because Katrina said, "You happy? Are you okay with that? Like, what are your thoughts about that?" She's like, "You know, I'm not happy about it. I want to be able to go, but I have to understand and respect what's going on and how things operate within his bubble. So I got to let it be, you know, whatever it's gonna be." So Katrina sitting up there looking at her and making these different facials, which was funny to me because I started thinking about JoJo and Vanessa, and I said, yeah, Katrina sees that Angela has been moving very fast, and she knows her friend. She's her right-hand man. So she's like, yeah, I see how this is going. Angela's falling in love too quickly, and this may not work out in her best interest, but I'm gonna let my friend do whatever it is she wants to do. I'm gonna let it be what it's gonna be. Kind of like Nancy with Married at First Sight when it came down the page. So that's the energy that I got from Katrina. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to Peppa and her sister. So Peppa's sister, I'm not sure if she's the oldest of all of her sisters or what. I feel like her sister is probably one of the oldest. So she comes into town and she's catching up with her sister and stuff. You know, earlier I looked like they were at like a pool location or something like that. And later on, we see she said that she had tea about TT and her relationship, so she needs to tread lightly. She decides to hang out with Egypt and Peppa later on that day. And what we learned is that she couldn't wait to say it. That's number one. That's what we learned. We learned that she's messy as hell. We learned that she couldn't wait to drop the bomb or piece of a bomb or whatever bomb she thinks she may be holding. She lets her know that her man may be out here in these streets cheating. I would not be surprised. I think that was very messy of the aunt. And I know TT's going to feel away because her mom wants her to try and mend fences with Peppa and stuff so that they can come together and be at the wedding. But here it is. You got your other aunt out here spilling your tea. So you over here trying to clean up one situation and you got a whole nother mess over here you got to deal with. So if TT decides to have nobody at her wedding, I kind of want to be mad at her. But this is very interesting because TT at one point was so involved in everything Egypt and Sam had going on, all in their business. Don't like this. She's moving too fast. She's this, she's that. But then you get with your man. Okay, we didn't even know where this white man was. We didn't even know you was dating, and he came out of the woodworks like this, and then you got pregnant like this, you know, and now you about to get married like this. So now it's your turn to have your relationship put on display or whatever. So I'm kind of like, it's somebody else's turn now, and right now, TT, it look like it's gonna be your turn. I don't know. I mean, he could be cheating. I mean, you can't put that past nobody. It could be a past situation where he was and he no longer is. IDK, we just gonna find out. But I think that it was very messy of the aunt, and I'm like, Egypt, why you listening to her? You need to be mindful because she already kind of knew some stuff about Egypt. When Egypt was sitting up there, you know, talking about her relationship and stuff, and how she about her getting married and all that, telling her congratulations or whatever, and bringing up, I believe she brought up Jamaica or something. And what we learned is that not TT, but Egypt has always wanted her wedding to be in Jamaica. Interesting, because when they first said this at the beginning of the season, I was confused about them kind of like alluding to that, about both of the ladies getting married at the same location around the same time. And I'm like, why would they do that? They probably won't even happen. Whatever, you know, y'all trying to create something. Well, now we see that that was Egypt's plan all along, and she's told TT that a long time ago. And she said she wouldn't be surprised if TT is doing this just to interfere on her plans for herself. And now it kind of got me looking like, I mean, that could be true. You know, that could not be true. I won't put nothing past TT because TT is also in a space of I don't like y'all, I don't give a F about y'all, whatever. And I am gonna do this just to prevent, like, basically, I could see TT possibly being vindictive in that way, but we won't know until they actually fully have a conversation about everything. So when she said that, it kind of raised my eyebrow, like, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, but those are my thoughts. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below about the whole TT situation, and if you believe that she actually wanted her wedding to be in Jamaica and trying to steal that from Egypt to prevent Egypt from, you know, going forward with her plans or whatever. But next up, let's talk about the last thing I'm gonna go ahead and go over, which is JoJo having to sit down with his sister Angela. They're catching up, and then we get to see Uncle Luke's daughter walk up, and I feel like her name, I don't know, what's her name, Coco or something like that. Like, I can't even think of what her name is. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have it by the next time I do this show. By the next time I do this review, I'm gonna have her name. But we get to see her, and she's sitting down talking to them about planning the whole anniversary and stuff. JoJo right out the gate comes and asks if her dad can be a part of it, and I'm like, dang, you fanning out, ain't it? Okay, what's that, honey? You fanning out immediately. He's like, can your daddy do the wedding or whatever like that? I mean, do the anniversary. She was like, well, that's cute, you know, that you asked, but, you know, me and my dad don't really have that relationship like that. We're not as close, you know. Our relationship kind of got fractured, you know, over some time. Now, I don't blame her because I feel like, okay, yeah, although they don't have like a close relationship or whatever, I mean, he might do it, he might not do it, but I still feel like she planning your wedding. Don't ask that lady to have her dad show up and be there at that event. You know what I'm saying? And JoJo was like, he's still going to pay her and stuff because she wanted to get back to the deets about the anniversary. And JoJo was like, I'm still going to pay you or whatever. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. Well, you will get your money's worth whether her daddy performs there or he doesn't. Okay, but just let her have a conversation with you and talk about it, you know. So that's just where she was. She was just opening up to let us know that her relationship with her dad is fractured at this time, and we'll see how that's going to go because I believe he's going to show up on the show at some point, and we're going to get more of the dynamics between the two. But I just want to highlight, to me, when I first saw her, I was like, she is so pretty to me. She is so pretty. Her body was banging. I was like, and she looked good. I was like, girl, you better go. Very, very pretty lady. Very pretty lady. Okay. She was out there doing the thing. So, so far, so good. The season is going good so far. I believe this is just the second episode. So we'll see how things continue to progress. Okay. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Is this the second episode or the third? I just really can't. It's the third episode. So this is the third episode. Yeah. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Let me know how you feeling about everything. Let me know how you feeling about the review as well as the episode. Okay. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme. Sometimes, now that I'm covering so many different shows and I'm uploading so many different reviews, and I'm going to say this time and time again so that you guys will just be up to date and aware. YouTube will not send out notifications for all of the videos, okay? Like, once you do like more than 3 videos in a day or something, honey, they be trying to scale back and not, you know, overcrowd y'all notifications or whatever. So they're not going to send out those notifications. So if you want to be up to date on the things that I post to my YouTube, be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, primarily Twitter, so that you guys can really be up to date when I drop something. You can just come right on over. Okay, but that's all I got. I'm Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.